Sefaria is an amazing website which puts all the tools we need for deep, engaged Jewish text study at our fingertips. When you get to the Sefaria homepage, which you'll find at www.sefaria.org, you'll see your recent reading history first, a section which says Browse underneath, linking you quickly to all facets of Jewish texts. Beyond that, you'll find the calendar, which leaves the readings which are relevant to this week in the Jewish calendar a click away. Notice the login and sign up at the top right-hand corner. I recommend that you make yourself a login for this site so your browsing history will be kept, and you'll also be able to make source sheets if you need them. The login or sign up is not required. I'm going to log in now so that I can show you some of the features. I'd also like you to notice the search in the top left-hand corner. The Sefaria search tool is powerful, interpreting text names both as you write them in Hebrew and as you write them in whatever transliteration in English. Click below on Tanakh. Tanakh is the Hebrew acronym for Torah, Nevi'im or prophets, and Ketuvim, writings, better known in English as the Bible. If you scroll down this page, you'll see the books of the Bible linked in the order they're presented in the Jewish tradition, followed by Targum, interpretive translations into Aramaic, and commentary by many different commentators, some of whom may be familiar to you, like the most famous Rashi, Sforno, etc. Scroll back up, we click on Genesis. Notice that by default this page has Hebrew and English in an interlinear presentation. Click on the Aleph A button at the right. If you want English only, under Language on the left, click the A. If you want Hebrew only, click the Aleph. And if you want both, click A and Aleph combined. You can format your bilingual layout either to be interlinear or to have the Hebrew and English facing each other with the Hebrew on the right or the left. In this settings page, you can also set the font size, increasing the size of the font with the larger letters and decreasing with the smaller letters. You can decide whether you want the traditional breakdowns of aliyot, and under vocalization, you can manipulate whether you want to see only the Hebrew letters, letters with vowels, or letters with vowels and trope, which is the default setting and my preference. To close out this box, you can either select an option, click the Aleph A button, or click the X. Sefaria is a powerful tool, not only because it gives us access to these texts, but because it shows us connections to commentaries as well. Click on a verse, and a Resources tab will come up, linking you to commentaries, some of which are translated from Hebrew into English, although not all. These references are from Tanakh, other places in Tanakh, Targum, that Aramaic translation, as we said, our legal literature, Mishnah and Talmud, our story and interpretive literature like Midrash, Halakha, and Kabbalah, and philosophy, and later works. There is a lot of information here. Feel free to explore. Click on anything and see what comes up. Here I'll click on Rashi and see that Rashi has several interpretations on this verse alone. To get back, I press the back arrow, and now I'm back at the list. Scroll down, and you'll find here the options to find another text which you'd like to see in comparison. Click on Sheets, and you'll see how other people have used these texts in their teaching and their source sheets. Scroll down again. If you're logged in, you can click on Notes and leave notes for yourself based on the text as you're reading it. Under About, you can see about the text that you're reading, but also about the versions of those texts that you're reading, both who compiled them and when. Please note that if you scroll back to this Resources tab and click on Versions, you can actually change both the versions of the Hebrew and the translations you're looking at in the English. These are just a few things that Sefaria can do, and I encourage you to play around with this amazing tool. I look forward to hearing what you discover.